Hey guys, Ben Simpson here at Simpson Vlogs, and welcome to a new vlog. It's a vlog that I don't do often enough. It's one more about me and you guys at uni. I've done a short video version of this without the hat, with all the messy hair on my head. But this is the extended version, if you guys have seen that video over at Hallam University. So sit back, grab a snack, grab a drink, kick your feet up, most importantly, have fun, like, comment, subscribe down below. Hit that bell notification to keep up to date with everything here on Simpson Vlogs. Of course, in the description, there's my other channel, Simpson Plays, my main one. My website, simpsonplays.com, TikTok, Instagram, Rizzle, and Twitter. All linked in the description, along with the Pokemon cards giveaway if you're interested in that. So then, placement. It is the only way us poor uni students are able to gain experience, to get our foot in the door with employers who seem to want experience. They want experience from people who can't get experience. And then they don't hire us to get experience. So it's when you think about it, it's a really convoluted and muddled way of doing things. But alas, it's the world we live in. We can't fight it, so we can only go with the flow. There are three main things I want you to take away from this. They are perseverance, willingness, and of course, opportunity. So, I guess the best way, like I did in the video, if you guys have watched from Hallam, if you guys are here sticking around watching this, best way of doing this is to explain my own story, my own journey to a placement. Now, throughout this video, I'll try and give you little tips, little do's and don'ts of what to do to get to the point that I'm at. So I'm in an IT placement, even though I do computer science for games, so I'm more of a software developer than an IT guy. But how did I get there? And this is how. I was a second year student not long ago, 2 years now. And that's where your placement journey begins, whilst you're doing all your other stuff at uni, all the assignments, all the revision for exams, you're writing your CV and you're literally applying to jobs. Even though it's a 1 year, 10 year, it's a job. Most time you are getting paid, which means, you are working and you're expected to do things right by procedures and have responsibility. And for that reason, they put you through one hell of a process. I don't know about everyone's department, obviously. I only know about what other people have told me and my own. Now, from what other people have told me and my own experiences, it's hell. I won't lie to you. So if you're watching this as an upcoming uni student or first year, or if you're a second year about to start this process, but you should have probably already started by now, it's hell. And it's really, really tough. You make a CV. You send it out to loads of employers. You get yes or no. Then you're doing a test or an evaluation of stuff, and in some cases, I've been playing games, and the game, once I've done and I've got this score. The game is telling me that I need to work on better teamwork and this and that and stuff, and I'm like, it's not even a teamwork game. How are you getting this information? Where's the correlation here? You're doing these exams that are hour and a half long. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, I've been through an exam to try and get a job, but it's just disheartening. I won't lie to you. But again, perseverance. I said it was one of the three main things you need to take away from this, and powered through 50-odd of these, powered through, and the Zoom interviews or the video interviews that are not with a person. You're just sending it off to a video for some reviewers to see if they like you or not. And then you get onto a Zoom call or a in-person interview. And it's all really tough. It really is tough. And it can be draining. And you can just feel like, what's the point? I'm only doing this for a year. Why do I need to do this? Again, it strikes back to those words I said at the beginning. Willingness and perseverance. You need to be willing, and you need to be able to have the guts just to keep pushing through, no matter if you get told no 100 times, the next one might say yes. Okay, that's always been in the back of my mind and always been ingrained to me, that someone or some people could say no to you 100 times and someone might just say yes. So keep going. And once you get through all that process, you're in the final interview, and you probably think to yourself, now what? Now, it all depends on how this final interview is set. If it's not in person, in my opinion, it's easier because I'm not an extrovert. I'm not really... I connect better with people in person. But at the same time, I do like my safety net of being behind the camera, like I am now with you guys. But yeah, it's tough, and you're probably thinking, what do I say? How do I say it? Just be yourself is my best thing. Pretend they are a friend. Most of the time these interviewers are not going to be your boss, and even if they are, they're mainly friendly, and they're not going to be all corporate, stodgy, your worst nightmare, whatever you're thinking the worst nightmare of corporate is. They're not going to be like that most of the time. I've had a few like that, don't get me wrong, but most of the time they're all right. Okay, they're happy to have banter. I've had loads of banterous interviews. Maybe that was a bad thing, I don't know. They said no, so maybe that was a bad thing. But like I said, just be yourself. It's always better to be yourself, and trying to be something you're not is just harder. Besides, everyone likes a bit of personality. There's no one likes the guy or the girl who walks in there and it's just academic. They are just boring, stonewall academic. Have a bit of personality, have a bit of something about yourself. Tell them why you're there, why you want to do this, where you're looking to go. Okay, and God forbid, if they ask you the question, where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? Don't say your job. No one wants to hear that you want to take their job. Okay, no one. Don't say that. Okay, that's the golden rule. Don't say that. But yeah, let your personality shine out, and try and be yourself best you can. If you're an introvert, I know it's not yourself. It's just the way you are. You're a bit mellow, you're a bit more reserved, like me, and it's okay to let yourself out of that shell. Okay, you can do it, and don't be the guy or girl who's forgotten. I'm sure you have bags of talent, and I'm sure whoever's interviewing you would love to employ you. So let that out. Let yourself be known. Let yourself be heard. And if you're an extrovert, as much as you love to be heard, tone it down a bit sometimes. Okay, I've seen it too often where the extrovert takes over the whole team activity, and looks like they're outshining everyone, but in fact, what they're doing, it actually looks bad, because they're kind of hampering the whole teamwork when they're the only one doing everything or directing everything. People think in teamwork you need a defined leader. Sometimes you don't. Okay, sometimes that leader doesn't need to take a role of command. Leadership and command don't need to be the same thing. You can be the leader without commanding everything. Bounce other ideas off other people. Let other people's opinions come through, and help guide the activities. So another bit of advice there. But yeah, I passed all these activities, and after all these numerous, I think I did around 50 plus CV handouts. CV changed at least 20 times. So yeah, again, willingness, be prepared to change your CV. It will change. No point handing out the same one 10 times, getting told no, and then handing out the same one 10 times again. Okay, change it. Tweak it a bit. Add some personality in there too. But again, yeah, after all that, I managed to land a placement at Jaguar. It was finalized, it was all signed in, I got signed the contracts and everything like that. Then COVID, of course, happened, so it fell through. But because I'm on the integrated master's course at Hallam for computer science for games, I was able to apply, go through all that process of placements again, and I could have at that point said no. You know what? Not doing placement. I'm just going to continue my education straight through and go on. But again, placement is a good way to get experience, and it shows well on any CV that you've done placement, no matter what placement you've done, as long as you can back it up. So I persevered, and I was willing to do it again. Another thing about doing it again is that I've already learned through the process. I already know what's good about my CV and what's not, what works and what doesn't. I already know what to do in interviews, and I have the added confidence of being told yes once. And they didn't change their mind about me, it's just COVID happened. So I had that, that reinforced confidence, that little thing on going, yeah, I can do this, you know what I mean? And that helped me, go through and get told no and no again. There was less opportunity this time around as well. It was a harsher and tighter net because of COVID. People were taking on less people. Some people weren't taking on people at all. I mean, I tried to go back to Jaguar and ask them again. I got no response from them and stuff. So, I mean, it's just the way it is sometimes. You lose one opportunity, but a new one may just be around the corner, and that's what happened with me. I was able to land a placement again. This time, I used my contacts. I had worked for this company before in a different role. I'd worked as a business admin there. This time, I'm working on IT in the IT department, and yeah, it's been good. It's been 6 months now since I've started there, or is it close to 7 now? And it's been a really good placement. There's been a lot of opportunity there. Yes, as an IT person, you're going to be doing the same thing a lot of the time, over and over again. I won't lie, there are days where I'm just like, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to even turn the laptop on. But there are also days where I'm looking forward to it. And even on days that I'm not looking forward to it, something surprising happens. Someone has a really dodgy problem and it's a pain to fix, but afterwards you feel a lot better. Like you fixed it. And there's a lot of things you can take away from placement, a lot of experience you learn from placement, teamwork, how to handle people, and a lot of software developers, I don't know about other departments and stuff. Yeah, I do actually. There's some departments where you don't need to work with people, okay? You're a software developer, you only need to work with your team, right? And that's okay. You'll get to know your team, you'll get to know the do's and don'ts with people, okay, as you naturally do. What people respond to over time. But there's also the risk of not then knowing how to handle customers. And as a software developer, you are working for your customer, whether it's bespoke and this company's come directly to you, or whether you're making a game or an app for people that you don't necessarily know yet. You're still working with these needs. You still need to be customer support at some point. Some stage along, you're going to have to deal with that end user, even as a software developer. And I've had a lot of end user experience as a IT worker. I've seen what people do and do not like in terms of software. I've seen what people do and do not like in terms of how they're dealt with. And a lot of the time, problem management in IT or anything can just be dealing with the person. Not necessarily the problem that person's having, dealing with the person, reassuring them that their problem will be fixed, reassuring them that that it might not just be you, reassuring them that it's not their fault, it's the machine. Even if it is their fault, there's no need to let them know it's their fault. Okay? No one wants to be told that they're an idiot, even if they are. Alright? Make them feel better. And that's something you will just learn along the way, dealing with people. And I can take that and use that anywhere. In my opinion, you can spin that on any CV to say you've got customer service experience. I could decide I don't want to do software development. I want to be a customer support for the rest of my life, or for the foreseeable future at least, and spin my time in IT as time as customer service, because I'm dealing with end users who are my quote unquote customers. So yeah, there's a lot of experience you can be, gained from doing a placement. And another thing is confidence. The experience gives you confidence. Just being in the workplace, putting on a uniform, showing up on time, leaving at a certain time, making sure you've done the work in that period of time. Just that alone is experience that gives you confidence that you can carry with you onto the next job, onto the next stage in life. And I certainly do not regret going with an IT placement and not doing a placement at all. Like I said, and I'll say it again, to anyone who hears me, and I'll die on a sword on this hill, is that it's better to do something than not do anything. Okay? You would regret not doing a placement over doing a placement that's not in your field. Because whilst it's not in your field and maybe up against someone who did a placement in your field, you might lose that battle. But you won't lose that battle potentially against the person who didn't do anything, who's only gone to uni, who's only got grades. If you've got grades and you've got experience in something, they're going to choose you. Why? It's because you're the person who's been in the workplace. You know how to act in a workplace. You've already done it. Okay, you've already managed to get a responsibility while getting paid potentially as well. And another thing is it's a reference. People love references. They love to know that they can contact someone and see how you are, get a bit of knowledge about you, a bit of background info, a bit of a background check. And if you can call upon that placement and say, here's the details of my line manager or the company in general, and they can give you a good rapport and say that, yeah, so and so was amazing, they were so great, they did this and this whilst they were here. That's going to look great for you. So do a placement, in my opinion, is number one thing as a uni person, okay? Because that's where we might have the fancy uni degree behind us, but nowadays people want experience. A lot of it, they just want experience. So people who do, apprenticeships, they have that edge on us because they've done this experience, and they can go get a grade anytime. There's loads of online unis, or they can go to uni part time if they want. We don't have that experience. We need to do a placement to get it. So yeah. So yeah, that is best advice I can give you. So this was that video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've stuck around this long, make sure to like and subscribe down below. Hit the bell notification to keep up to date with everything here on this channel. Comment your uni degree if you're a student. Comment what placement you're looking to do or are doing. And I'm going to love you and leave you, of course. Check out links down below. simpsonplays.com, TikTok, Instagram, Rizzle, and Twitter. Of course, there is the Pokemon cards giveaway link down there. So until next time, guys, peace.